Welcome back to the Great Displacement, where we are doing the thing. Last we left off, we were uh, assaulting a watchtower, and Gilbert is now going to tell us about it.
Well, everybody last week when we were here, we saw this big tower in the woods, and so we decided stealthily. Well, everybody else but Gilbert, he was kind of clang, 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 all the way to the tower. But we stopped ahead enough to where Yuri and Savannah and I think Alex went and snuck up to see what was going on. Needless to say, they didn't tell us everything because we went there. We got a lot more in trouble than usual. But what happened was, in the beginning, Alex tried to sneak through the woods, and then all of a sudden they saw him. So because he tripped over a root that even I could see. I mean, come on. So everybody started to go to him, and then basically the battle was kind of cool at first, but then we got to be a little bit foobarred. Because at one point Poochie went down. Then Gilbert went down. I think Alex went down for a little bit. They got back up because he's cool that way. Then he came
I got
and
down by falling.
Yes, he fell. Our awesome Alex fell down the little cliff tower thing. That was just hilarious. But anyway, the battle was pretty awesome. We were trying. Savannah was trying to get the nice direwolf not to hurt anybody, but then somebody, not mentioning any name, Thrust, decided to get an invisible servant to throw dirt at it, which caused it to attack Savannah again. And then it took her multiple times. It took her like 2-3 rounds for it to finally stop attacking her and to attack the griffins that came down to kill us because. These goblins, they went up the tower, they set off some type of smoke signal. Then we knew we were foobarred. We were like, well, it's either going to be just. I was thinking it was just going to be a large group of more goblins, but no, griffins. Two griffins came down to eat us. And,
Gilbert, to be fair, I only did that because it's a disgusting creature. It's very unclean.
No, you lost thrust rights.
Yes, you did.
Agreed.
Yes.
Even if your accent is perfect.
But with the battle going on, Alex and Thrust both went up to the tower and killed the rest of the goblins who were left. And as far as I know, the direwolf has decided not to eat us. And Gilbert and Peacher are extremely exhausted. I think everybody's exhausted right now. I think we'll probably be used in this base area for a camp tonight, so we can see who's coming. And also just rest up because I'm at 1 health point. Peachy's at 1 health point. I think Alex is near death as well.
Yeah.
All in all,
Wesley's at 0.
Oh, Wesley's.
No,
Wesley's
you were all
unconscious
healed.
then.
You were
Wesley
all
got
healed.
picked up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Liar came in and healed both Alex and Wesley.
That's correct.
Yes. Yeah. So everybody is at least up to some degree. But all in all, it was a extremely hard fight. But it was very, very awesome to play. And nobody officially died. I got close. Peachy rolled a nat 20 on his death saves. Woohoo! He is the master.
Right after you rolled a 1.
Yes. Well, hey. Actually, I don't think. Actually, I was thinking about that when I rolled that 1. I should have rolled again.
You should have.
Because I'm a halfling and took Puddles to remind me of that. Thanks, Puddles.
We also hit level 5.
That's right,
so
we
everyone has their new
did.
shit.
It's kind of
I have-
important.
I can attack twice. Woohoo! All right,
Oh boy.
3 times with 4 times with action surge.
It's a lot of attacks.
Oh yeah, bring on the castle! Woohoo! All right, and I believe that's I don't think I forgot anything. I think that's everything. So me and Peachy just gonna sit down and sleep. So good luck on the watches.
Once we group up a little more, wouldn't it be a better idea to maybe go back to that? Well, at least go farther away from here before we set up camp, just in case anyone else comes later.
Yeah, we should
I mean-
probably go back to that little hollow in the woods that we were in.
They did send up
Yeah,
that
but-
signal earlier.
but I'm wondering if we need to go further away because I mean, even if the hall in the woods are gonna send out scouting parties.
Well, anyway,
maybe
they're
we
less
should-
likely to see them here.
Maybe we
That,
should
that's true. That's
burn
true.
the tower if we're leaving.
Um,
That might announce to more people than we want that something bad happened.
yeah, that would just create more smoke that could be seen. I don't know if that would be good.
That's a good point. Do we want to burn over the camp?
Yeah, we should do a quick search.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Investigation?
Yeah, just give me whoever's best and with advantage. 19.
That's
God
nice.
Damn. Well, let's take a look.
Hot diggity dog, smart boy.
So you dig through what you see around the camp. Most of it is personal effects of these goblins, and they seem to mostly have had like chump change. You do find a couple of like relatively expensive articles that seem to have been maybe procured somehow. So you find, if someone wants to write this down, you find 2100 copper, 2100. Actually, why am I doing that? I can just paste it for you.
Oh boy.
This is what you find. It's a small amount of gold, as well as a small silver mirror, polished stone dice, which were by the fire. It appears they were thrown down when you raised the alarm. A silk pennant threaded with copper, as well as painted glass coffer, and some sort of copper cloth choker, which I truly do not know what that is.
It goes around your neck really tightly.
Well, I know
To where
that,
Then
but what is copper cloth?
it's probably cloth dyed to look like copper.
Oh, maybe.
In my experience, it's an indication that they're into some kinky shit and like to get choked. A little fun fact for the kids.
This is Savannah's
think
first
so.
sigh of the day.
I
Oh,
mean,
I've gotten a whole game's worth of them last Friday.
Oh yeah. According to the internet, there might be like cloth and copper woven, or maybe it's a piece of copper on the center of it or something. It's some sort of necklace, and it's got a pennant of some sort with copper, a pendant, and the rest of it is made of cloth. So you've got a couple of things. They're worth a small amount of money, if you wanted to take them.
I see.
Otherwise, you do see obviously like the remains of all the goblins. There's stuff. There's some food. So if you wanted to refresh your rations, you could refresh them with some less than ideal rations. Thrust would not partake, but there's some grain
Yeah.
in the barrels and boxes, and there's some ale. So you could eat and drink from what's here.
Gilbert's not going to partake either. He still has about 8 days of rations left.
Okay.
I'll probably just go hunting.
Okay. Would anybody like to climb to the top of the tower?
Russ
not Gil-
would,
not
since he's
Gilbert.
already near there.
Okay. So as you climb all the way to the top of the tower, and you look out and around, which this guy's dead, by the way. You look out and around. You can see quite a ways, and off in the distance, if you didn't know it was there, you might not have even seen it. It's a little bit far away, and it's not immensely high above the trees or anything. It's just barely poking out. You can see the top of a small wooden building. Small relative, it's not gigantic. Um, and it's poking just out over the tree line to your southeast.
Huh.
Otherwise, it's endless forest with hills poking up out of them.
Wesley, Lyra said that the castle was made of wood, did she not?
I think Lyra said that, yeah.
Well, I might see it off in the distance there. We could go explore once we've rested.
Okay.
So that's that.
And
Alex will go and go through the rations and just pick up some meats and put them in a bag, then hand them to Lyra for the wolves.
Oh,
can I get a
thanks.
perception from Thrust as well?
Got it.
We haven't decided if we're going to be traveling with that beast.
Okay.
Hush you.
All right. Then he just sees what I described. Nothing else.
Well, I haven't yet gotten to speak to the wolves.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you they've been mostly chowing down at this griffin corpse, which is now severely mutilated.
I can't cast speak with animals until I rest. I used all of my spell slots to get people up, so
Okay. So you notice that there are the two wolves, obviously. They seem to still be a little wary. They're not 100% sure about you, but they don't think you're going to hurt them, obviously, because if you wanted to have done that, you would have done it already.
yeah.
So they don't maybe they don't trust you, but they also don't mistrust you necessarily. They're on the fence about you, and their bellies are full of griffin, so they're pretty happy.
Hey guys, Poochie's kind of damaged. And he's kind of tired. Are we gonna stay here and rest, or are we moving on?
I think we should move.
It is still morning. It's still before the noon hour.
Yeah, we weren't up for very long.
No, you weren't. It's not like you'll be going to sleep or anything necessarily. But you don't have to sleep for a long rest, right?
No, you just
No, that's-
need to rest without doing anything for like 8 hours.
It probably wouldn't be bad if we just took a short break here and then started making our way towards what Thrust saw. Just being careful to avoid anything.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Jim, we never discussed this, but does Poochie get any type of hit dice to get back his hit points if
Yeah.
he doesn't take a long rest?
Oh. I assume he should work the same way you do.
Yeah, which is his hit dice plus his con.
Yeah.
So, short rest?
Yeah, and Gilwer is in complete, agreement that we should probably go someplace into the woods from here, possibly not have a fire, since it's obviously daylight. So we'll just eat cold food and all that.
We'll probably be fine to short rest here, just not long rest.
Okay. So is that confirmation?
So long as no one's in a disagreement over it.
I'd need a long rest in order to get any of my spell slots back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but we just woke up. If we long rested, we'd just pretty much long rest, then long rest because it would be dark.
Actually, the thing is, you can only long rest once every 24 hours. So if we long rest, we'd have to go throughout the night till the next. Our entire sleeping cycle would now be completely screwed.
That's true. So
Okay.
just a short rest, then do some travel. We'll have to speak to the wolves later.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
Can you
short
use
rest and-
can you use your anal healing skill to try to get them to follow you? Use like meat and stuff to get them to come with you.
I'm
that
sure
would
I
be
can
on the
try.
handling. Okay, so rolling some hit die. I'm just gonna roll probably all 5 of them.
Now, Jim, since I'm level 12, does that mean Peachy has 12 dice to roll, or just how many dice are you giving Peachy to roll for his to get his hit dice back?
So he should have as
When
many
did you
hit
get to
die.
level 12, Brian?
I mean 5. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different thing. But yeah, Peachy's nice. Peachy is, he's tough, man. He's level 12. Or else all those are level 5.
So Poochie has 5 hit dice just like you do, and they are whatever his hit dice are, and you can expend them just the same as you do yours.
Okay, cool. Then let him go ahead and do his.
Ouch.
Yeah, that got me back up to full.
Alex, those are crap rolls.
And I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you hit shift and double click your token, it automatically will open up your character sheet.
Yeah,
Nice.
I use that a lot.
Well, I'm almost at full, so I'm okay.
Okay.
Let me see. Where's Thrust at? Did Thrust? Well, it shows him at full, so I don't know. I guess he didn't really take much damage last fight. Just used a lot of spells.
So while you guys are short resting, we should take a second to talk about any changes that are major with your characters. Like, did you guys get to take anything fun or interesting? We know that.
I
Go ahead.
would a simple spell be something capable of being done while short resting, just sitting around the fire?
I guess it depends. What's the spell?
The spell is Summon Steed. Find Steed.
Find steed. I mean, what's
I
the
can
time
post
to
it in
complete?
chat.
Yeah, just link it.
It's got a 10-minute cast time.
Ah, it's a ritual. I would say you'd have to do it at the end of the long rest, but you're already resting for an hour, so it's not like 10 minutes is an extra huge burden.
What's it called again?
Yeah. Find Steed.
Oh, that's cool. Isn't that like an all-day spell or something? You cast it once and it lasts for like 8 hours.
It just stays until I dismiss it. Or
That's
it
pretty
dies.
sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
I took Pass Without Trace and Animal Messenger.
Nice.
I figured maybe Pass Without Trace we could get Gilbert somewhere without,
Nice. Yeah, very good choice. Very good choice.
Excellent choice.
I can attack twice, and I can use one of those attacks to reload now.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
Did anybody's AC or, excuse me, like speed or anything like that change?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No, mine didn't. The only thing noticeable for me, like Wesley, is my extra attack.
And both of our proficiency bonuses went up.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Did go up to 3, which is awesome.
Can you guys, in order, read me off your max HP? Just one at a time.
60.
Thank you.
Wow.
I don't like you right now.
Lyra,
45.
Wow.
Thrust,
Let me. Fuck yeah. Damn it. Will, did you up his HP last week, or did he up his HP?
I
He
did not,
did.
but he's been on his character sheet,
Okay.
so assuming he did.
So, 38.
Okay, yeah, that is changed. He got a 7 on his roll. And Wesley?
38.
Oh, man. And then Gilbert, you're 40 something?
I am 49.
49. Wow, you got a good roll. Okay, sweet. So
Well, yeah, I always take half. I like taking half.
yeah, it's easier that way. Pass without
I
a
like
trace is
gambling
a
a
good idea.
Paid off.
Same.
Yeah, I think I rolled
Yeah, I did.
at level 3.
I'm thinking of probably rolling for now on because I miss rolling.
Risk it for the biscuit.
I usually
Well-
take half until like 3rd,
Yeah.
4th, 5th level, and then once I'm like relatively comfortable with my HP,
Once you have that nice base.
then I start to take the risk.
Good idea.
Take roll first 4 levels, roll 1 for first 4 levels.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing more.
Exactly. And then it makes it really, really difficult to try to deal with that.
Well, got some pretty nice stuff.
Cool. Okay. So you guys finish your short rest, and you're still at the place. Can I get a perception check from whoever's best?
I imagine maybe Lyra would probably
Probably.
be.
Yeah, I
the
think
most-
liar is because my perception is a 1.
Lyra's got them elf eyes.
She does. I don't know if she's there though. I think I heard somebody come and talk to her.
I mean, Alex and Thrust could do it, but they're pretty daft.
Lyra, talk to us now.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah, you're all right. I understand. Could
You're
you
on
just roll
level-
me a perception,
Roll
please?
perception.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
so,
better at perception than you.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
I didn't know.
I didn't know it was a competition. No, it is. It's always a competition. So.
Well, I mean, just with my proficiency going up by 1.
Well,
Oh, okay.
we all have the same proficiency.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I've just always been better at you. Deal with it.
Deal with it, Kappa.
I can see this going down in the next tyrant.
2 days of you in a row is entirely too much.
It has not been. Oh, yeah, it was in a row. That was Saturday, not
Yes.
Okay. So.
Well, I got my YOLO out of my system today, so it's better.
Good. That makes a big difference, I find. So with their 23, you notice a couple things. It's light out. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of. So you notice that like the canopy isn't and the fog isn't as bad on the hill, and once as you get farther away from the hill, the more you see it be foggy and dark and difficult to get any sort of light. You also notice that it's just like the air just has it's more like fresh air, you know what I mean, when you're up on the tower and stuff, like it feels like you can breathe again. You also notice that it's like partly cloudy, and there's more light than there has been the past couple days for you guys, where it's been really overcast. And there's some birds flying around. You notice a big black raven, as well as off in the distance, probably a couple hours away from you, you do see a storm cloud, but it is like it's definitely still far away. You can only see it from the top of the hill. So you'd probably guess, based off of your good survival skills, that it's probably going to be about 6 hours before that cloud is really on you.
Well, that's not good.
If it decides to, get to you at all. Clouds are fickle mistresses.
True. Hopefully it doesn't come our way, because I actually, like a week ago, I did a thing for Nyx, and you're supposed to do like personality traits and flaws. Her flaw is that she is absolutely terrified of the rain. So I had to pick that one because so far I've been keeping her out of the rain because of that.
Oh, that's good.
So
Does she help in combat now?
yes, she does.
Oh, how exciting.
So
oh,
you're-
nice, cool.
You're
should
doing
make her a real
revised ranger.
I haven't found the revised ranger. You were supposed to help me with that, so
It's in UA.
okay.
You just.
No,
opened
it
another
came out
Arcana.
to Xanathars, didn't it?
I don't think they put revised ranger in Xanathar's, though they might have. I'll look at the book real quick. Either
I'll
way,
double
it's a
check.
really. They should have, because the revision's really good and
Yeah.
makes Beastmaster useful.
Yeah.
Don't think. Well, it's not under Ranger.
In
It might be
Xanathars?
tucked away somewhere.
It was a
Yeah.
complete rewrite of the class, wasn't
I was trying to look it up online and I just couldn't find it anywhere, so I kind of gave up. It's like, you have to help me.
it?
Just, you just type in Unearthed Arcana revised ranger, or you could go
I
to a
did.
wiki page.
I did. It took me to a couple wikis, but it seemed to be the exact same as it was in the book, so it's like, do I really care that much?
No, you usually don't strike me as someone who cares that much.
It's my job to care too much about D&D related stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I only care when I'm DMing.
Wait, Savannah DMing? I want to be in on this.
I DM for like a filler campaign on Saturday. Like when my friend can't make it, I DM.
Oh wow.
I did
Get
my
Jim in on
first
it.
session yesterday. I
Well,
mean,
Jim
if
in
you
on it.
want to,
I am moderately interested in this.
it's
Moderately
not,
interested.
it's not
There
on
you
roll
go.
20. We do physical rolls and kind of just trust each other. So
Oh,
Worst
okay.
Oh,
mistake.
really? That'd be
yes,
awesome.
and everybody is severely overpowered at the moment, but
Good luck with that.
only because I haven't fixed the adventure yet.
Okay.
It's supposed to be for 9th level, and I made everybody 9th level, but everybody seems completely overpowered for the enemies, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to fix the book.
She's doing Tales from the Yawning Portal.
Didn't they? It's
Okay.
really
Yeah,
cool.
I've been wanting to buy that and run that myself. I just can't afford it yet, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, it was the Dead and Thay one was my favorite when I read through the book. It's just really cool. Bunch of different types of enemies, and it's like this doom vault, and you have to make your way through it, and there's all different kinds of traps and enemies, and you don't really get to find a place where you can rest without people attacking you, so watches are necessary. It's just really cool.
Okay.
Anyway,
Cool. Back to this.
Very good.
yes.
Okay. So, as you are walking through the woods, I'm assuming you guys leave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Peachy's up and rested, which is hilarious because he got fully healed and I didn't.
Yeah. He's got less health than you. Did you give him a level up hit die?
I gave him more health. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
he gets 6 every
Um,
level.
Okay, cool.
should we stay up on the cliff or try to head down?
That is up to you.
Well, okay, I think we should stay up on the cliff because if we have to go down the cliff, it'll be kind of annoying if we figure out we have to go up the cliff again.
Well, as far as we know, we'll have to go down the cliff because Thrust saw a wooden structure cresting the treetops further out, which may be
so-
where we need to go.
It was definitely still on the cliff.
Oh, it was towards our
Ha
east.
Told you.
Oh,
Yes.
my mistake.
So,
I thought it was
southeast.
yeah, I thought it was down.
I should say like east southeast. It's more east than south.
Okay. Oh. Can you I know we just rested, but can you guys give me a little bit of time to try something?
2 minutes.
I okay.
I'm
Alex is
kidding.
going to,
What you doing?
Well, I think I may have come up with a new incantation that might let me do something that'll help us get around a little better at times. So Alex
cool.
is going to sit down cross-legged, just pull out a little, just a small notebook filled with prayers and start reading through it for about 10 minutes. When he's finished, a circle with various sigils around it forms in golden light, and a spectral horse starts to form.
All right, pause.
And after
Pause. First things first. Will, please fix your mic.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, this picture of this horse has like 5 hooves, possibly 7. That's cool.
This is a great picture. I am going to open it for everybody on stream to see.
it is Alex's celestial blood horse.
Ooh. Very
Nice.
muscly.
As the horse comes up there, I'm like, ooh, that's pretty.
Wait, how many legs does it have?
I'm telling you, there's 7. There's 5 I see and 2 off screen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, it
7,
looks like it
8.
has 6.
I'm seeing 8.
Well, I'm half blind,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
probably see more than I do.
Because I see
But
2
it's
feet
still,
in the front and then 2 feet on the other front.
but but it's still awesome looking.
Yeah.
I
It has
assume
quite a number of legs. It goes no faster than a normal horse.
Okay. But it's real cool.
I think it's a lot. I think it's more intelligent than a regular horse, is something Find Familiar does.
Oh, cool. Oh, so
So
it's
the
a fine
extra
familiar.
legs doesn't make it faster, but does it give it more horsepower?
Shut the fuck up.
Yes. Okay, let's see. To read the spell, you summon a spirit that assumes the form of an unusually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed. Create a long-lasting bond with it. Such the horse takes the form that you choose, such as a war horse, which is probably what it would be. Has the statistics of the chosen form. Is celestial, fey, or fiend. If your steed has an intelligence of 5 or less, its intelligence becomes 6, and it gains the ability to understand one language of your choice that you speak. So, common, so other people can say things to it if they wish.
Okay.
Please tell me his name is Mr. Ed.
No. While mounted on your steed, you can make any spell you cast that targets only you, also target your steed. When the steed drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, and you can summon it by casting. You can, while your steed is within 1 mile of you, you can communicate with it telepathically.
Wow. That's a lot.
So,
Okay.
Alex will just put his hand on the steed's head and just be gentle before trying to mount it.
Okay.
Are there saddle
What's-
rules in 5e?
Saddle
Yes,
rules.
yeah. I get the feeling there are, because with my cavalry player, it says like in order to get out of it from your horse to the ground, I only take 5 feet penalty instead of half my movement.
Well, I'm thinking of Pathfinder, I guess, where it had
think you
like
are.
different types of saddles and rules for bareback.
Oh,
Yeah.
Never
yeah.
mind, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
We're
They
way less
they
complicated
do
than
have
that.
different types of saddles in 5e, but they're not as specific as Pathfinder was.
No, we just make it
I
up as we go along.
imagine that if I imagine what the difference would be is something of without a saddle, you're easier to knock off the horse should anything happen.
Yeah. And you just can't go as fast, presumably.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of. I have so many good names for this thing. Pony Up, Leg Day.
Considering
Leg
its
day.
intelligence, I imagine it just has its own name. So Alex isn't going to personally name it. I need to think of a name that would suit
But
the
what
horse.
you gonna call it? What's its name? What you gonna call it?
Your main ride, because it's got a bitchin' mane.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Gilbert is actually going around the horse, staring at all the legs and the tail and how its feet are glowing blue. He's like, this is cool. Poochie, come check this out. Poochie comes over and sniffs the horse and like, it does that little dog sniff, like, and just walks away like, this is weird, man.
Okay. Well, you can think of a name, and we'll come back to it. So
Yes.
there's a wide, vast forest around you. You go and try to head southeast. Would you like to follow the ridge, or would you like to venture into the forest farther to the east?
Forest! Let's go to the forest!
Can we get a consensus?
I'm cool with heading into the forest since the presumably castle was that way.
Okay. So let's get a survival roll with advantage. Ouch. Okay, so you can make it here for free, but then you're gonna, as you get into the forest, which you're now in, the canopy re-engulfs the sky, and you wander through the dank and dark forest with the fog accompanying you the entire way again. After like a minute, it's like you've walked into the forest and the shrubbery, right? and like as soon as you can't see the tower anymore, the fog and the darkness sets in, and even though it's the middle of the day, totally bright and sunny, it's still just a little bit darker than it should be. And as you head east, you find that your progress is a little slow, slower than it has been. Um, as you walk, there seems to be, roots tripping you up. You've got horses you're traveling with as well, and they're not happy about the dense vegetation. And I mean, they're happy to eat
Alex,
it, but they're not
Alex
happy
will
to.
dismount and just help guide Celeritus through the
Celeritus.
trees. I looked up the Latin word for speed.
Nice.
I like that.
I like it
Nice.
too. Okay, so you make it into the forest, and it's been roughly like an hour and a half, and you're now well into the forest. You've gone east. Would you like to continue to head east?
Well, wasn't the building more southeastish?
Mm-hmm.
How long have we been traveling so far,
An hour and a half.
roughly?
So I would say
Okay.
at this point, it's if you were to be able to see the sun, you would assume it to be around noon, a little after noon. Because you short rested, yeah.
Uh, should we keep going? We could always stop for a moment to try to get a better check of our surroundings again.
Yeah, let's keep on going because we haven't been traveling for that much, and
Well, I just say that because we might get lost in the trees at some point. It might be a good idea to check.
Okay. So you want to head east again?
Before we do, Alex will take a few minutes to quickly climb a sturdy tree to get to the top and get
All right.
get their bearings a bit more.
Let's get that check. Athletics.
Can my horse assist me by boosting me up to a higher branch?
Sure.
14. Not great, but
Okay.
it's
it,
just a tree.
it takes longer than you want, and you notice that as you get up, it seems that on the top of the cliff, the canopy is maybe even a little thicker because you've really got to cut through, like, not with your sword, but like, you've got to like slide through and around a lot of interweaving branches. But you get to the top, and once you're on top, it's easy to sit on those interweaving branches, and it's pretty comfortable. There's not any fog. You still see that cloud is moving in on you, definitely getting closer. Give me perception.
Okay. Come on, don't fail me now. Where are you, perception? There we are. Not my worst roll.
Okay. So you notice the cloud. You notice that you can't really see the building that you were hoping to see from before.
Can I see the tower we came from?
So you turn around to the northwest to see the tower, and it is there, but it's higher than you are. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well, being able to see the tower, I can roughly estimate where the adjacent building was.
yeah, totally. So you definitely got
So
to,
Alex will-
you went east, right? Because now you can see the tower. So
Yeah.
you're feeling pretty good about where you are and your intended direction.
Alex will climb back down and just share what he saw so they still keep their bearings.
Okay. So which direction would you like to go in?
Towards the castle.
Great.
The castle
Yes,
was sort
towards
of
the castle.
It was sort of northeast from the tower, right?
Southeast.
I thought it was
Southeast.
southeast.
Okay.
So a little bit southeast, I guess.
Okay. So give me another survival. We're gonna just do this the same as we were before. Last session.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Nice.
All right.
Yay.
So I'm gonna go one at a time. You guys can tell me if you want to stop.
Woohoo! We know where we're going.
So you get after probably this is probably like 25 minutes. You seem to have found your stride as you really get moving in the direction that you think you want to be going in. So after 25 minutes or so, this is like after maybe like 45 minutes, and then this is after roughly a little over an hour. And at this point,
Bingo bango.
yeah. So at this point, you
I
can
guess we left fly as wolves, didn't we?
Woohoo! Nice.
Probably.
Oh yeah, you should decide about that right now.
Do
I
you
was
want
hoping.
to retroactively do a quick animal handling to see if you could get them to follow you?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
They're definitely not
Yeah.
gonna want to just leave.
With the food, is that advantage or?
I mean, the
Doesn't
food is to keep
really
them
matter.
placated if they do follow us.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me.
Yeah, because they can't eat Poochie. Not allowed to eat
If-
Poochie.
If they will be following us, would have liked to carve off a few strips of the griffin to add to the little
If
set.
there's anything left. Okay.
I
lem-
can't imagine they could eat the full griffin. A lot of the griffin.
Wasn't there two?
Yes.
We
The other
could've-
one flew off
Oh,
after
yeah.
telling Wesley to go fuck himself.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. The wolf, the dire wolf, is not resisting, and the wolf is following the dire wolf. So as you entice this dire wolf to go, at first it's pretty reluctant. It looks back a lot at the tower. It looks around. It sort of isn't sure about this whole idea. But then as you coax it a little bit more, you take some time, it does come with you. Once you're into the forest, it actually gets a little more confidence and begins to sort of like walk with you, and it's just not happy about Nyx. Kind of
Hmm.
walks on the other side of the group compared to Nyx. It doesn't really care about Poochie, but it doesn't really like Nyx.
Aw.
Uh,
Poochie and Direwolf are friends now.
Okay, so
so, Mutt, how long you been with these idiots?
Poochie looks him dead in the eyes and goes, "Woof,
Woof, woof, long time. Woof.
my idiots." Okay, so you do have the direwolves with you. Good little retcon there. Good catch.
Okay.
And they're a
I
little
won't let
bit
us forget like we did with Buggy Bear.
okay. So at this point, you get to the point where you now can see a little bit of the castle, and so I will full disclosure: the icon on the map is not what it actually looks like. I have an overhead of what it does look like, and when you get close enough, I'll
Yeah.
show you.
Oh,
But
cool.
but the icon that is on the map is this like what I could find, right? So,
Placeholder.
yeah, so it is.
Gotcha, cool,
it looks
cool.
like a castle. It resembles the quality of the castle in that it's a little bit broken down, but it doesn't necessarily show the architecture. So as you get closer, you do catch some. You could see that there's a keep of sorts in the center that is coming out of the. It's like on top of its own little hill, and as you get a little bit closer, maybe I can tell you some more. Would you like to approach? How do you want to go about this?
So
Successful.
we, maybe a few of us should wait back for just a few minutes, and some of our more quiet people go get a closer look.
Hey, I'm quiet-ish.
Gilbert, you're really good at fighting, but you're not really good at being quiet.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Let's just sit here, Gilbert. Stealth isn't our style. When we go in screaming.
That's true. Oh, can we send in our new dire friend?
Ooh,
Maybe not.
Okay. So I'm gonna take you guys to the overhead.
Oh.
Oh.
Wesley. I could give you pointers.
Okay. Who else is going? Just Wesley?
Alex
I
will-
can go.
Alex will have gone.
Okay, so roll your stealth as well. Okay, good. So as you approach, you get sort of towards like the tree line, and you take cover in the bushes. Wesley just stands there, and
Wesley's very he's just too nervous.
he's I guess he's in awe or something, because this is what he sees. You guys can see this,
I'm
correct?
super scared, so I'm just reciting like the ye old periodic table.
Yeah.
Thrust is back at the little spot, and he's playing a song with Gilbert, enjoying a little drink.
Okay. This is about what you see. I'm gonna put some tokens on the map. Actually, it really doesn't matter. So you guys are to the west of this, the northwest of this, and this is what it looks like. This is as far as you can see. So let me do some description. Because this map is not necessarily intuitive, you can see there's a brown line around the outside, correct?
Yeah.
So that is the top of a hill. The hill goes down from there. At the bottom, there is a moat, as you might know it by. It's
So it's somewhat craterish.
yeah. So it's two circles, and this one here is very tall, and then this one down here is lower, and it has a fence
there it
around
is.
it. So you can see this is a fence. This line around it,
Okay.
and that's why you can't see in. That's why I've got this black thing on top.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought like, wow, we have a gigantic hole.
Yeah, it's a black hole. No, so that is the Bailey, and at the top of the hill, that's the Mott, and all that means is that there's a keep at the top, and there's some sort of like almost like a little village at the bottom that keeps that does all the things the keep doesn't do to keep everybody up and running. They do things like food, both like collecting grain and milling it. You're gonna have barracks down there, that kind of stuff, and that's stuff that you guys would all know of, right? Like you guys would
Yeah.
know this is how castles tend to operate, even now.
Yeah.
And so you can't see what's inside of this castle, but what you can see is that the keep seems to be quite beaten down, but the fence, the palisade around the edge has been reinforced, and it seems like you can see some new pieces of wood have been used to repair it. It's noticeable, but now it's pretty, like if you had come before that repair, you would have thought it would have been pretty run down, but now it seems to have been repaired. You also see there's some stairs up here, made of like a wood. Some of those have been patched as well. And it goes to the top. There's a keep which isn't quite shaped like this one is, but this is as close as I could find to a map I wanted. So the keep at the top is mostly square. The top floor is like a little bit less square. It's tapered towards the top, so the top floor is smaller than the bottom. And it has windows on the top floor, but the bottom floor doesn't really have many windows, if any at all. Maybe it has like some slots to let some light in, but there's not like big windows or anything. And so there's also hills, which are designated by these arrows. There's not arrows in here because I made this line myself. But you can see like this would all be going downhill like this way.
Yeah, like it's sort of got its own natural wall from
Right.
the hilly terrain.
So the way these are constructed usually is that someone finds a relatively flat surface, right? And a group of people.
And these people kind of built these in bowls.
Yes. So basically you dig a ditch around, take all the dirt and put it here, right? As a mound.
Yeah.
And then you fill the ditch with water and like build on top of the mound a keep. And this part's called the Mott, and this part's called the Bailey. And this is the common style of castle all the way through, actually probably through to like the High Middle Ages. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, all the way through like even the 1300s.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm having a hard time seeing your pings with my eyes right now. I'm kind of zoomed out. Where's the Mott and the thing you were talking about?
This is the Mott with the big hill, and
Okay.
this is the Bailey, and there's palisade around it, and since you're on the level
Okay.
with the Bailey, you can't see inside of it.
I gotcha. Cool. Cool.
Okay, so that's what you see, and it's also a small history lesson. You're welcome. And
Yay!
you guys are somewhere off over here. There's sort of like a
Over where?
tree. Let me draw a little tree line for you.
And there's like a moat around this entire thing.
Yeah. So there's a tree line probably like here.
Cool.
Ah,
So we
crap.
may have to do some swimming.
Maybe.
I don't.
This
Are
is
we on
not-
like the top left or bottom left?
Top left.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Why is this not working? I'm gonna die. Do you guys see me drawing this and having it fail?
Are you on the dungeon master there?
No, I'm not. The freehand
Huh.
is just not working the way I want. I think it's because I keep going over the edge. Okay, that's the tree line, and you guys are just
Okay.
inside of that. On the other side, there's also a small tree line. Also, thank you to whoever Dyson Logos is. Great job. I didn't want to detract. So the tree line looks maybe like that on the other side. It's been cleared away, and you notice that some of the trees seem to have been recently chopped in
Yeah.
the area.
They had to do some lumbering to reinforce their barricade.
Exactly. So, what would you like to
Can I
do?
roll a Alex being studious and having been around some buildings such as this, can I roll a history to see if I'm familiar with the standard architecture of these types? Like how the rooms would generally be laid out?
So you know that the sorry, you wanted to roll something to know more?
History?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
see if I
Roll
could.
roll me history, and I'll tell you what I.
Nope. Terrible.
As far as you know, these are gigantic buildings with flowing hallways. They're like labyrinths on the inside.
Alex starts to try to remember the layout of these types of buildings, but just shakes his head, not wanting to get into those types of memories right now.
Okay. So, how long would you like to sit and observe, or would you like to get closer? Tell me what you want to do.
What do you two think? Should we try to get a bit closer? Or should we go back to the others for now?
Let's see. Can I do like a perception check just to see what I hear from coming in there? If there's any sort of activity or
Yes.
they seem like oh, what do you mean the patrols are going missing? Like uproar.
So
Oh. Never mind.
you can see on the keep, there's nobody outside, and there's no lights on inside of the keep. You can stay for a little while and see if you can see anybody come in or out, if you'd like to. But right now you
Does
don't
it-
see anyone.
How
Does it
steep
look
is
like-
the motte?
Quite
Hill.
steep. Like it would be difficult to run up or whatever. You wouldn't be able to just like walk up it easily.
Yeah.
It would be like not necessarily climbing, but like you would definitely be on difficult terrain for certain. And it would be easy to slip if it was wet and slide all the way back down. Yeah.
Can we tell how wide the moat is from where we are, or would we have to climb up?
Yeah, it should be roughly like. So I think based off this, it's like 5 to 10 feet depending on where you are.
Okay. 10
Yeah.
feet would make sense.
Yeah. So you can see
does it-
here-ish is like 10 feet, right? But this part over here looks a little bit thinner.
Is there any, outside of the tree line, does it look like there's any sort of cover within this little field of cleared trees and such? Like
There
little
are
objects that can be ducked behind to move closer?
there are some stumps that you see, and there is the occasional boulder, but they're not large. You can see that they've broken a lot of the boulders in the area.
Yeah.
So there's not a ton of cover, but there is a couple things that like a few people would be able to dart between and maybe use as cover. but it's not like you're
Oh.
gonna be
Yeah.
hiding behind big trees or anything. It'll be like stumps. You'll be basically prone.
I'm gonna be careful, but I'm gonna try to get a closer look.
Okay.
So new stealth to move through the
Yeah, sure. Let's
clearing?
do that. Ouch.
worse, much worse.
Okay. So as you move towards this this Mott and Bailey castle, you see as you get closer that you can't see over the palisade at all, and as you try to duck behind like the stump.
Hit my head on a
That's there.
stone.
Yeah, like you basically are there.
I moved
Thinking
too fast,
you're-
and while ducking down, I just hit my head on it and go, ah, fuck.
Yeah, you think you're not exposed, but from the angle of the keep, anybody who was looking outside could definitely see you.
I would whisper to Thrust. I thought they were supposed to be quieter than me.
I think you're a little farther. Unless, no, you guys didn't follow us to the tree line.
Mm-mm.
Well, Wesley's a bit nervous, and Alex is. I think he forgets his own height sometimes.
One more.
Alex will take a moment to recover and just kind of hold his head before trying again.
So, as you're out there, you you hear a like whizzing sound as an arrow lands next
Flies
to you.
by my head.
Yeah. Seems to have come from the keep.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Alex. Well, they. It doesn't look like they noticed Lyra or Wesley though. Doesn't. Only an arrow only landed near Alex, right?
Yeah, there's only one arrow right now, and it's right next to you.
Okay. Alex will look to the tree line, stand, and just do a quick dash back towards the trees.
Okay. So you run all the way back. No more arrows come out. But they definitely saw you.
Sorry, guys. I'm usually a bit better at being quiet than that.
It's fine, Alex. Maybe we should go back and tell them about, everything.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's silly, but do you think there's any chance we could maybe talk to them and convince them to stop attacking travelers? I mean, it looks like they could sustain themselves here if maybe we brought them some more seeds and stuff to plant and tools to work with. I don't know. I know it's silly, but
That might be an
Seems-
option.
Buggy Bear was all right.
I mean, not. Goblins might be a little more savage because of their societies, but they're not unintelligent things. I mean,
Yeah.
they want. If we don't have to kill things, we shouldn't, right?
Hmm.
I don't
It
suppose
depends
so.
on said things, but in this case, no.
I mean, when I grew up, I heard a lot of stories about orcs and demon blood Wesley being evil, but I've met plenty of good orcs, and I like Wesley.
It just depends on who each individual person is.
Yeah.
So, yes, negotiation might be a way to start.
Well,
We just have
so-
to tell Mr. Thrust not to throw dirt on him.
You should, but,
The third sigh of the night.
I mean, Thrust Thrust and Gilbert do like dirty jokes a lot. No. I'm
Dirty jokes.
sorry. So walk back to the others
Okay.
and share what we saw.
How far away are you guys from this castle?
It didn't take us too long to get there from after leaving them, so probably 100 feet into the trees.
Oh, okay. So you're very close.
I would like to try to cover our tracks if we can.
Okay, go ahead and roll a survival. Ouch. As far as you can tell, you covered the tracks.
Threw some dirt on them.
Yeah, you threw some dirt on them.
Now there are handprints on
You-
the ground, but we don't
you-
pay attention to those.
You took like a stick, threw it down, just patted down dirt.
So it looks like they are keeping watch around the keep Gilbert Thrust.
So there's a watch.
Yeah,
How many?
I'm not sure. We didn't really get to see, but I know
Oh.
you and Thrust don't really. You and Thrust like glory and fighting a lot, but would you two be willing to try to talk to them first? Alex, they're goblins. They have been attacking and killing people. Do you really
Yeah.
want to try and talk to them? They're likely to
I
kill
mean,
you.
I've never known goblins to be nice.
I know
Um,
that, but they're sentient, and maybe we could convince them to just stay here and not attack people. Alex, I don't think that's going to work.
okay, I could try to talk to them if you want, but I don't know if they'll listen.
I mean, since it's my idea, I wouldn't want to endanger anyone else, but I'd like to at least try it.
So was there an obvious way across the moat thingy?
We could probably get across, yeah. They have a entryway on the south side.
Yeah, so I forgot to describe this, but it was a drawbridge that was up.
So
I can make myself look like a hobgoblin.
So you want us
that would
to?
be nice.
So you want us to go in there and to ask them kindly not to steal from people?
Well, I think we could maybe negotiate with them.
I don't really have anything to trade. I've got some junk they might like.
Well, maybe not on us, but we could offer to go get them some supplies from town and bring it back to them. Alex, that's a lot of work to deal with these bloodthirsty heathens.
But what happens when they run out of supplies?
I agree with Thrust.
Well, that's why we don't just bring them food. We bring them seeds and stuff to grow their own stuff. I mean, if we brought them tools, they wouldn't need to attack people for them.
I understand what you're doing there, and I just gotta give them a knowing wink. Like, we'll get their supplies, we'll douse it with poison, and then when we give it to them, they'll never bother anybody ever again.
What? No. That's a great idea, Gilbert. We should do that.
The fifth sigh of the night.
Are we counting now?
He is.
There's
I know
yes.
your size don't mean shit.
Lyra's
Once you
side
reach
count.
once you reach 10, you get an add DM inspiration.
Yeah.
Thrust will
She gets an inhalation point.
Yeah, you get to breathe in for once.
Thrust will put a hand on Alex's shoulder. Listen, Alex, these are bloodthirsty creatures. This isn't like with the elves on the road, where they were just misinformed. I know, Mr. Thrust, but I just want to try. Please.
I think Mr. Thrust might have a point. They're bloodthirsty, just like those direwolves over there.
I don't think it hurts to try.
Okay.
It hurts
Okay,
when
well-
they shoot you. When
but
you
if-
try.
Alright.
I mean, you've
But-
shot us,
but
and
if-
it hurts.
But if you guys go up there and talk to them, and they kill you, I will never talk to you again.
All right, Gilbert. Thank you.
Oh,
I guess you can give it a try, Alex. But the moment they start doing anything funny, we're going to start fighting.
What?
I understand.
What about? I mean, disguising myself to look like a hobgoblin.
I mean,
Oh,
I
that'd be
wouldn't wanna
cool.
Send you there alone, Wesley. So let's just me and you go if you're okay with it. I mean, it would
Well,
be dangerous.
What
Would you
about
like-
Mr. Thrust? He's a half orc. They might just let him in and talk.
If I go in, it's not for any pleasantries. I will go in fighting.
Hmm.
Well, I just
I
want to
can.
try. So thank you for giving me the chance.
I
But we should, just in case it is a fight, we should rest first.
Yeah, resting would be nice. Also, I
Um,
could also if you want, I could go with you. Give them a second thought about attacking you on sight.
Gilbert, you prone to jump the gun. I don't think you would be good for negotiating.
What's
No
a gun?
offense.
I don't have a pistol to jump. That's Wesley's thing.
What's a
Jump the
pistol?
shark.
What's a
Change that.
pistol?
Jump the shark. I forget. Alex said jump the shark. Oh, but since it's, yeah, we should rest. Earlier when I climbed the trees, the branches were pretty thick, so we could probably rest in them to avoid being spotted.
Except for the horses and the canines and
Yeah,
Alex will
I'll be on the grounds with Poochie.
Alex will walk up to his horse, put a hand on it, and some radiant blue flames kind of encompass it, and it just fades.
oh wow, can you do that to the other horses too?
No, this horse is special.
Oh,
Celestris
so
is
we still have horses
bonded
then.
with me.
Can you make it have the flames all the time so that we can roast marshmallows?
No. Also, we don't have the other horses. They're still at the bottom of the cliff.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, it's just me and Alex only have mounts now.
Now only Gilbert.
And the
So,
wolves would look natural on the ground.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think
Nyx
they'll
can
really
get in a
pay mu-
tree. So
I don't think they'll pay too much attention to most of the animals, and we could get Poochie up into a tree with us. I mean, if Poochie's not scared of trees.
He's not, but his he doesn't really have a acrobatics thing to.
Alex will climb. Alex will look around to find an area of branches that seem fairly dense, like extra dense where the branches intercross.
Okay. Give me investigation.
Can I get assisted?
I assist.
Thank you. 21.
No, oh, there it is. Okay.
That
So
took
I
a
was
while
like,
for me
no,
too.
I was like, nothing came up.
I was like, sir, that's a 7. And it's not even your roll. Okay. So you are totally able to find whatever it is you think you're looking for with these trees.
Okay. Alex will climb up.
Okay.
Can I just take my time with
Yeah,
it
yeah,
instead of
up to you.
athletics? Yeah. Alex will just climb up and then afterwards lower the rope so Gilbert can tie Poochie and he can help Poochie get up.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Sleight of hand for the rope?
I mean, we're taking our time with all of this, so
What is it
that's
that you're
true.
attempting to accomplish?
Tie a rope around Poochie so I can help him get up the tree.
No.
we're
What's
going
the
to
end
rest
for
in
that? Oh, you're resting in the trees.
resting in the treetops. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 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 As you do this, as you get up there and start tying the rope and whatnot, you're realizing that this is gonna take some time to get all the
Yeah.
animals up there.
Well, not all the animals, just Poochie.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, you're just doing
Only Poochie.
All right.
yeah, Nyx can climb herself,
Yeah,
The
Nyx
two
doesn't
wolves
give a
will look
shit.
natural.
and the wolves
yeah,
look
it's just-
natural on the forest floor. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take your time, you get Poochie up there. He's a pain in the ass. Why don't we roll something for that?
Do you
So
want me to roll athletics to pull Poochie up, or
no, I
something
want
to
to
keep
roll
Poochie up
something.
there?
I want to roll something to symbolize Poochie's cooperation
Cooperation
or lack
Okay.
thereof.
His constant no
No, I'm thinking intelligence.
Willpower?
wisdom.
Oh yeah, wisdom.
Wisdom or intelligence is probably fine.
Alex
Wisdom.
will attempt to coax Poochie and just help him out.
Okay.
All right. So
Who's
we'll
a good boy?
so we'll do wisdom, yeah, because I'm there. I'm like, it's okay, Poochie, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay, Poochie. You'll be okay up here. So 13, is that good enough?
Yeah, he's relatively calm. He's not happy about being lifted up into this tree, and he certainly isn't.
Poochie doesn't like being lifted. He doesn't like not having his feet on the ground.
Yeah, he's not happy about it. He's really big, and he
Yeah.
doesn't like this, and he's not happy about
Alex
being
will
in the
reward
tree.
him with a piece of meat.
Yeah, he's happy about that part.
Good boy, Poochie.
Yeah, so he's in the.
And to show you his appreciation, he gives you a big, wet, meaty kiss after he's done. So
Alex will just start petting Poochie. Good Poochie.
Okay, so you get him calm down, spend some time talking to him. At this point, the cloud is really starting to come in. You can hear the wind start to blow.
then Gilbert will
once-
start to climb the tree.
Oh,
Does
it's
anyone
about
have
to
to
rain
make-
on us.
Are we all good to just get up the tree?
Do we want to be in a tree during a thunderstorm?
I think it'll be okay. It would be better than being on the ground if they sent a scouting party.
Can I cast Druidcraft to see the weather for the next 24 hours?
Yeah, why don't you link that spell for me? Okay, one action, instantaneous. Okay, so you create this sensory effect. I picture it as like a little emoticon or whatever, but like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's like a
Probably
crystal ball kind of
mimics-
deal.
Supposed to be a kind of orb.
Yeah,
It
that's what I
probably
mean.
mimics the weather, like cloudy, make a few clouds, and
Right.
etc.
Right, exactly. And so inside you see rain. You see it starts off light, and then it gets like harder and harder as you continue to watch it for what does it last for? A couple seconds, 6 seconds.
Hmm.
So at first it's light, and then after a few seconds it gets harder, and you see a thunderbolt.
Mm.
Out of curiosity, does she see the thunderbolt hitting our tree?
Probably not.
No,
Um,
it's more of a flash
Once
than anything else.
more of the group is up here. Maybe we could use some of our blankets and other cloths and line the branches that are covering us to try and mitigate a little bit of the rain. I mean, the branches above us are pretty thick, so they'll probably help a lot already.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And do we all need to make athletics checks to climb the tree, or are we cool, Jim?
If you're
we're
taking
taking our
your
time,
time,
so-
yeah.
Fair time, cool. All right, so yeah, I'm eventually out there. I'm like, okay, let's take out the blankets, and for me, every blanket I have is like twice my size, so I'm having a hard time, getting on Poochie and putting it up there in the lens.
Yeah, so start making a little cloth canopy above us on top of the branches. Just give us an extra layer after the leaves and branches that are farther above us.
Okay, so you.
I try to help. It doesn't go great.
At this time, guys, we need to get like a wizard come with us to cast us with those little magic places to live, 'cause that would be easy.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Gilbert, but that would be cool. I've never slept in a tree before. Against one, maybe. In one, not so much.
Actually,
this is a new experience.
Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking like for Thrust's character, he would definitely be not liking this idea. He's not one for camping, and he would hate to be in tree. So more anger.
This is really uncomfortable. Are we sure we can't sleep on the ground?
If you don't like it so much, Mr. Thrust, you could always leaf. I hold up a leaf.
That was a funny one, Alex. I mean, Wesley. Damn it.
Damn it!
Yeah, that is true. Or you could always go out on a limb.
You
It's
know,
good
I might
to
just
treat
sleep
his
on the
things.
ground. I'm going to go to sleep. You're all being ridiculous.
Okay.
Have
so-
fun sleeping with the wolves.
Yeah, so you're on the ground with the wolves, and
Gus gets in the tree. He's just complaining about it because it's uncomfortable.
okay,
Don't
so
worry,
then he gets
Poochie,
in the
He's
tree.
all bark.
and the wolves are at the bottom, and they look at you. They look up at you, and they're like sitting down like dogs, and they're looking up, and they're like giving you a face
Alex
like,
will
"What the fuck are
go
you
to
doing?"
Alex will go to the meat sack and just toss them a few pieces down.
Okay, they fight over it and play around with it and
More,
eat it all.
it's more than one piece.
Yeah, they eat it all pretty quick. It's like, do they even chew?
Depends on how big the piece is.
As dogs do, never chew.
Yeah, they just inhale.
So Thrust spends a little while writing in his book, logging the adventure so far before going to sleep. I can take first watch if you guys want to sleep. It's easier for me while the light's still somewhat out.
Makes sense.
I'll take the next one. And I'll
Alright.
stay up a little bit and draw. I'll try to come up with like a paper bomb
Yeah, you
that
guys.
throws fire.
You
Yeah.
guys have some time before it's bedtime, so to speak. I want to know a question before you go and do anything else.
Okay.
So you said you were about 100 feet away from the tree line. Did you move farther away, or are you still at 100 feet?
Yeah, we probably would have moved a little farther away, like maybe another 100 or so feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're still there though. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we're not too far.
You're in the trees. What are you making a tinker's check for?
I would like to just draft different types of bombs
Okay.
that I can make like out of paper with tar and shrapnel, like a fragmentation and a fire.
Yeah, you come up with some pretty decent ideas. You'll have to test them sometime. Anybody
Damn.
else want to spend their downtime somehow?
Alex will spend an hour praying to Ilmater, going over the basic tenets of suffer in the place of others, be strong where others cannot be.
Gilbert will take
And-
off his. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And free those who have been bound by the chains of slavery so that they may be free and live as they were meant to. And then he's going to get a little more personal. I'm still learning this whole paladin thing. I'm not sure why you chose me, and I'm still grateful for it. You've given me a lot of purpose, and I was pretty lost before. I'm still lost. I'm not sure where I want to go, but thank you. Am I heading in the right direction? Is it wrong to want to try to talk to these goblins, or are they evil creatures that I'm supposed to smite? I'm not sure what's good and what's evil. I don't know how to do this shining knight thing.
Can I say something as thrust?
You hear a
No.
small
Alex is doing
whisper.
that in Alex is doing that in Celestial. He will
Oh.
always be in
Oh.
Celestial.
Alex, I like you, but if you don't shut up, I'm gonna throw you at the dart.
Sorry, I'll be quiet.
That's definitely
Alex will
not canon.
continue, but he'll. Yeah.
And I know
Alex-
Celestial, so I'd be kind of listening this whole time. Keeping to myself, but still listening, considering I'm
Oh,
not far
man.
off.
See,
Would you
seen
say you're
as
dropping Eves?
It's my character's MO, just like listening and not really
get-
speaking.
Need to get you the observant feat. Read all the lips.
yeah. Trust.
I roll.
Trust
and,
is.
can I,
Go
Jen,
ahead.
can I do a religion check with maybe advantage for it being a good prayer?
Okay.
17.
Yeah. I mean, so the whole goal of this reflection was to do what?
Figure out if Alex is kind of looking for some reassurance that he's doing the right thing, some communication with Ilmater.
Oh, okay. So
The tree gets hit by thunder.
Damn it!
that would be great.
Yeah.
So at that point, the rain does start, though, and it's light at first, and you get this feeling of, even though it's raining and wet, you get a feeling of warmth. and as you take a deep breath, your usual anxiety fades a bit, and you feel reassured.
Cool.
You don't get any sort of
Alex
like direct
actually,
communication, but it's just a feeling.
yeah, but it's enough to know he's watching over him. So Alex gives a soft smile and just lays against the tree trunk.
Before Gilbert goes to sleep, he's gonna take off his armor and recinch it up, make sure there's no loose pieces or anything on it, polishing it, make sure it's still not nice and shiny. Then he looks over to Thrust and whispers, "Is Alex okay? I've never seen him speak like that before."
I'm not sure. You know religious people, they're a bit weird in the head. He's probably just speaking to his deity.
Oh,
Though I'm not sure what language he's speaking. I don't know why he doesn't just use common, it's so much easier.
well,
That language sounded a little bit complicated.
I'm just worried because last time I heard that type of language was from the crazy guy in my village.
The crazy guy, what?
The crazy guy in my village.
Well,
Because you know,
I don't think we have to worry about Alex. He is a nice person. After all, he's been trying his hardest to help and protect us. So I don't think
that's
he's
true. That's
crazy.
true. He's good. He's good in a fight. Took on that one griffin all by himself. That was pretty impressive.
He's not. He doesn't seem to be quite so aggressive when it comes to hitting, but he's good at taking a hit. I was really impressed when we first met him, and he scared away all those zombies.
Yeah, those zombies were freaky, especially that large one. He was ugly.
But I mean, no one can compare to you when it comes to stabbing things with that javelin.
Gilbert just smiles and giggles. I know.
I doubt Alex's plan is going to go over well tomorrow. He whispers that part. So, I'm sure we'll
and
get to practice your stabbing skills a few more times.
I just whispered.
Including mine. I learned a few new tricks, though I'm going to keep them hidden for now. I'd like to surprise you all with them.
Oh, awesome. Well, if you're going to surprise us, why'd you tell me? I will be surprised that I'll know they're coming.
That's true. But you're my best friend, Gilbert. I figured I'd let you know at least.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I feel pretty pretty dangerous myself, so at least we'll try his way. But like I said, I don't know if it'll work.
Yes, I'm not sure it will work, but I just want to placate him a bit.
Okay.
After all, he's healed us quite a number of times. I don't want him to think we're just a bunch of murder hobos.
We're not.
As you say, murder
we
hobos.
fight for the right things.
As you say, murder hobos. The rain starts to come down, and you hear a crack of lightning. I guess thunder.
DM saying we're murder hobos.
And the your job of patching up the the canvas over your head or whatever.
Like I just figured with the thick foliage above us and branches that the cloth canvas over top of us would be enough to at least catch and divert the droplets that pass through.
Yeah,
not to keep us entirely dry, but so we're not entirely soaked either.
Right, and at this point, what I'm trying to say is that your patch job is a leaky for sure, and you may have to adjust yourselves a bit to not get leaked on, but there are patches of dryness under the tree tops.
Cool.
I'll assume that you guys are in probably like 3 separate trees. They're pretty big and have lots of heavy limbs.
All of us in one tree would be a little bit too much, I think, for any tree.
Yeah.
Now, Gilbert, I'm going to try to get some sleep. I'm sure it won't be a good night with this weather and sleeping in a damn tree.
That's true. I miss the inn. I want to go back. We need to find an inn the next time we're out in the woods.
When we go back to town, we're throwing a fucking party in that inn.
Woohoo! Party!
And with that thrust, goes to sleep.
And after that, I finished polishing up my armor and putting it to the side and go over near Peachy and try to find a comfortable spot near him, and go to sleep myself.
So should we start rolling
He's just the
watches?
saddest wet doggo tied up in a tree.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure: if we start fighting something, he's probably going to be staying in the tree. 'Cause it'll
Okay.
take him forever to get back
He's
down.
doing that swimming thing when you hold a small
Yep.
dog over water, just constantly, sadly, slowly.
Okay.
14 on perception first watch. I think Wesley has second watch.
Yes.
I'll take last two since
Okay.
we didn't specify that.
And
We
Gilbert's
all-
sleeping.
You always take last two. We don't need to specify.
That's true.
Ooh, there we go.
Well, it was a 13.
All right. So
So 14 for first watch, 17 second watch, 13 for third watch, 23 for fourth watch if they're separate.
Usually they're separate, so I just did both.
yeah, they're separate. So first watch. Let me just make sure. Did anybody have anything they wanted to do before bed that they didn't get to do? Because you
Besides
did
checking
have
my
time.
besides checking my armor and Peachy's armor, no, that's all for me.
I secured Nyx in some branches underneath me so that even if the water did get through the little patchwork, that I'd be like one last thing before she got soaked or
Yeah.
even touched.
I imagine right now you're calming the heck out of her with all this lightning and rain going on.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, she's not happy.
Fire is the best
Actually,
combo.
can you roll me a wisdom saving throw for her?
Yes. Give me a minute. I have to look at her things. +2. Okay. Damn
Does
it, I
it
don't
give
have the
an
dice
advantage
rolled
being-
up yet.
Does Nyx get advantage being comforted by her cat mom?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Roll.
I have to roll it
Oh,
separately,
there we go.
so
21.
Okay. So she's good. She trusts you and cuddles up next to you and is very. Oh. Brian.
those are the wolves.
Brian,
Brian.
The
Brian.
lightning,
Brian.
the thunder.
Those are
What?
the wolves right
They're
now.
very loud.
The wolves are coming for us, guys. The ones down below us are just won't shut up for the night.
Okay, can you
Brian,
mute
you
in
put
the
your mic on
meantime?
push to talk.
I did.
We were still able to hear all your
Okay,
things.
we're good now.
I-
All right.
That's why I'm pushing so you can hear the wolves coming after us.
Thank you. Okay.
Bad
So
dogs.
Nyx is good. She takes a bit of calming down, but she's good. And she cuddles up with you, and you guys are all happy in your tree. Well, maybe medium, not quite happy. But the
Yeah.
rain is coming down real hard, and as you guys settle in to go to sleep, because nobody wanted to do anything, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
We took care of our stuff.
Okay, cool. So as you get into your first watch, you notice the wolves kind of get antsy down at the bottom of the tree. They seem
Does it
to
look
be
like it's just 'cause of the
pacing
weather?
around. Does it look like what?
Does it look like it's because of the weather or something else?
They're
that
not
be,
getting
like,
rained on
Would
or
I have their
anything.
insight?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight.
Okay, where's my insight? 12.
Okay, you can't really tell what they're doing. They just seem to be restless.
Alex will briefly climb down the tree to try and calm them, offer them a little more meat.
Okay, so you go down and they come over to you, looking at
Hey,
you
it's-
expectantly.
Yeah, he pulls out pieces of meat. It's okay. The storm will pass soon.
Okay,
You two don't need to be afraid.
they take them and eat them quickly.
Alex will just stay down there for a while and a few more minutes, just calm them down. Maybe play with them a little bit.
All right, you gonna like throw a stick or something, or
No, just like play around with them. Let them get out a little bit of their roughness.
oh, okay, rough housing and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
You do that, and you notice
Get
that
out. Get out together.
yeah, you notice that it's a lot drier on the ground, and B, that the rain is still coming down quite hard.
Yeah.
You can hear it on the roof, like, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
on
Can hear it
the
bouncing
branches
from
and
leaf to leaf.
exactly, and it's loud. It's not quiet at all, and in the trees it's actually quite loud. But now that you're
Yeah.
down on the bottom, it's a lot less loud. And
Well, the point of being in the trees is mostly stealth.
right, and so the wolves are roughhousing, playing with you. They start to kind of howl a little bit, getting a little loud.
That's fine.
Okay, and you finish up.
Sorry, guys. Ran out to the sound effects for the howling.
Okay, thank you.
So, after they're calmed down, have some of their energy out, Alex will get back up top.
Okay, sounds good. So they lay down when you go up to the top and go to sleep. It seems.
Sweet.
Then Wesley, through your watch, it's very quiet.
Way I like it.
And last watch.
Uh,
The
Lyra,
last 2 watches.
as you take over for Wesley and he goes back to sleep, you feel like your rest wasn't quite as good as you'd like it to have been. It's just loud up there, honestly, like a lot of sound from the rain and the wind, and you move sometimes relatively abruptly with the trees as the wind gusts. You're still gonna get your spells back and everything. It's just you feel tired.
It's not a comfortable
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're pretty good up in your tree, and you don't notice much of anything. The wolves are still down there sleeping until it gets to be close to morning, and then you see them get up, and they get restless again. They pad around for a couple minutes, and bark a little bit at each other, and then
Does the barking wake us up in the morning?
it's just like a couple yips. It's not like loud.
Okay.
Okay.
And then they go to wander off. It looks like they decide they're gonna go. They start to walk away from the tree.
As they go to wander off, I'm gonna climb down and cast Speak with Animals because I haven't gotten to talk to them yet.
Okay,
I think wolves have like an intelligence of 3.
they do. It's low.
Mhm.
It's like 2 or 3 or 4 or something.
They can understand simple concepts.
Yeah.
Like food and ball.
Travel. Safety.
They have the intelligence of like a 3-year-old.
I'm gonna take one of my panther rations out and kind of offer it to them as I like land on the ground.
We still just have the goblin meat. Probably not too much of it left, but
You
mean
have
Griffin?
that, don't you?
I handed Lyra the bag since she's mostly dealing with the wolves.
Okay.
Well, I'll hand them some of that meat.
All right. So
And-
as you drop down from the last branch of the tree and hit the ground, they turn around and they look at you expectantly, and they come back with their tongues out, panting.
Okay.
Food bearer, food bearer, food bearer.
Food person.
It's-
Food person.
All their conversation is like the monkey from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh God, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that monkey is hilarious. Like, mustache. Mustache. Party!
I love the monkey from that movie. But anyway, I'm gonna hand them the meat and just say stay and travel with like a question at the end.
You're asking them.
Mm-hmm.
They look at you and go, "Food."
I give them a little bit more.
Okay. They eat it very quickly, and they look back at you.
Would you stay and travel with us and help us?
They look at you and they go, food.
She cannot. She
You're not-
can speak with animals, let her communicate ideas for them to understand what she means.
Yeah.
Can you link the spell
They
for me?
can't understand complex thoughts, but like it's like protect, fight, companion.
Okay, so you're basically asking if they'd like to stick around with the group, like companions
Yes.
or whatever, like stay with us, family, whatever, that kind of deal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like pack you know, we are your pack or whatever. And
Yeah.
they sort of get the gist of what you're saying, and they look at you and they say something. So they can speak back to you, correct?
hmm I can comprehend them.
Okay. So you can tell they're definitely happy about all this food, and it seems like they want to stick around for as long as you're willing to feed them.
makes sense.
Yeah, does make sense.
Loyalty comes over time.
They seem to
Mhm.
be like, in that, you know how dogs are like everybody's their best friend if everybody's feeding them.
Yeah,
It's like that.
hmm
They don't love you, they don't like you necessarily more than they like the other people. You're a little nicer, but like, and you're feeding them a lot more, and that's why they like you.
you'll get their loyalty over time, not immediately.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if there's loyalty to be had with these wolves, it will not be instant, and they like the food that you've been giving them a lot of.
Well, this is supposed to be a slow thing, and I'd at least like to keep one somewhat around the party, so I could use that as animal messenger instead of Nyx, because I like to keep Nyx with me.
We can
Oh,
also
that's
have them be like guard dogs for when we sleep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Nyx can do that too. I just haven't
That's
had her
true.
do it.
So Nix has been slacking.
Okay.
Well, sometimes she stays up with me, but in general, no. She doesn't really take watches.
She's usually Alex's cuddle buddy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
A cuddle buddy. Man, that could go so many ways.
Oh God, no. There's only one way. It's
Yeah.
only interpreted one way.
Don't try to make this dirty,
Yeah.
Brian.
No furries
Actually-
allowed.
Actually, I'm surprised nobody made that comment to me when I sleep with Peachy all the time.
No one's gonna
Because
go
you're
there,
the one
Brian.
This is a wholesome show, Brian.
Wholesome, we're feeding dire wolves goblin meat. I mean, come on.
No, young child, this is a wholesome family show.
I thought it was griffin meat, not goblin meat.
We've been eating them. Yeah, it's been Griffin and just like the random scraps of meat the goblins have. I'm not feeding
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah, I was like,
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, you guys keep calling goblin meat, and I'm thinking, okay, they went around, harvested the goblins, and we're feeding them to the dire wolves.
I just say goblin meat because we got it from the goblins.
okay,
Man,
okay. All right, so
Yeah,
as the
Feed
morning,
them all that meat.
no,
God
Dear
damn it.
God.
Brian, you started
as
something easy. Lose 500 experience.
lose inspiration. So as you wake up in the morning, the wolves are restless, and that's probably what you wake up to. They're, Lyra's down there chatting with them.
Alex will start retrieving their blankets, just kind of wring them out a bit, hand them to each respective person,
Yeah, they're very wet.
and
Yeah.
climb down the tree.
Everything that is not protected by some sort of like leather or
Yeah,
something like that is
Yeah.
wet.
I slowly work with Poochie to get the rope around him, and then slowly, hopefully with Frest's help, lower him to the ground.
Alex will help, since he helped before. And I think the rules for sleeping in medium armor is you only recover half your maximum hit die.
Oh, well, I took off my
No,
armor.
you usually only
No, that's
recover
for-
half
that's for
maximum
me.
hit die.
Oh, for you, yeah. It said, I think you only get half for medium and nothing for heavy, according to Xanathars.
Hmm.
Let me reload
Yeah, so I don't
that up.
recover only. Well, I think you could only recover half your maximum hit die, and you can't recover all of them. But
Okay, so
digress. Alex will
you
find out a trick.
usually only get half your maximum hit die. Everybody usually only gets half their maximum hit die. When you sleep in medium or heavy armor, you regain only 1/4 of your spent hit dice.
Okay. So still
Minimum one
pretty
die.
much the same.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold on, that's different.
Yeah, it says sleeping in light armor has no adverse effect on the wearer, but sleeping in medium or heavy armor makes it difficult to recover fully during a long rest. When you finish a long rest during which you slept in medium or heavy armor, you regain only 1/4 of your spent hit dice, minimum of 1 die. If you
So,
have
yeah,
any
you
levels
recover
of
half of what you would normally recover.
yeah, if you have any levels of exhaustion, the rest doesn't reduce your exhaustion level.
Okay.
Oh, and
Easy enough to remember.
just so you know, Jim, right now Poochie has light armor, so I usually don't take it off of him,
okay.
except for when we go to ends and all that.
Okay.
While they're rounding up blankets and everything, I would like to go hunting. I'm pretty low on rations, especially my animals' rations.
Okay. So it will take quite a long time to do that. Just
Seeing Lyra
so you know.
fiddle through her rations, seeming like she's a bit low, Alex will go up to her and hand her. Where's my 3 rations?
Okay. Thank you, Alex.
That's no problem. You
Um,
need more to feed yourself and Nyx.
Once Poochie's on the ground, I'll get down there with him, make sure he has no birds and stuff in his fur, or like any protrusions into his feet from the bark in the tree,
okay.
and then me and him will have some breakfast.
Okay. So I want to do a rules clarification, and I think we should take a break.
Okay.
So step 1, rules clarification. So I just also went and looked up if you're doing a regular long rest in the player's handbook. It says you regain half, up to half of your maximum hit dice, right? So if you have 8 hit die, you can regain up to 4. But when you're sleeping in armor, you only gain 1/4 of your spent. So let's say you have 8, you spent 4, you only gain 1 back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, if it's half and you have 4 left, wouldn't you get 2 back?
No, because
Well,
you
it's
only gain
rounded
1/4. You gain a
So, yeah,
quarter
that's-
of your
It's half,
spent
and
hit
then
die.
another half of that from the armor.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You
So
could only gain a maximum of up to 1/4.
up to 1/4 of your
Can't regain more
spent
than that.
hit dice, not your maximum hit dice.
Okay. So like if you spend 4, you only get, okay, I got you now.
Yeah, you would only get 1 back. But if it's you're not so sleeping in medium or heavy armor can be really detrimental.
So since we're level 5, would that be like 2 hit dice
would
then? We get when we sleep, or 3?
2. It's rounded down, I think.
2. That's what I
It's
thought.
rounded down,
Okay. So I get back 16, which should bring me back to full.
I get back.
Your health is still going all the way up.
Actually, would it be?
The
It's just your hit die.
Yeah.
The hit die you use for short rest. Okay, I got you.
Correct.
So I get 2 of those back from the 5 it spent before. Okay, gotcha.
Well, if you're in medium or heavy armor, you get and you
Less than
spend
that,
5, you
but-
get 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You only
just
get
the
one.
con. It's just the con of sleeping in something uncomfortable.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean that's why I usually always take off my armor. I know if we get attacked in the middle of the night, it'll be hard. But I'd rather be a little bit hard and get as much of my hit dice back as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so break time.
Okay. Yeah. Let's take
It's break
5
time?
take 5 minutes. I'm
Okay.
gonna keep the stream running, but I'm gonna stop the recording and we'll start it up back in a second. So if you're
Okay.
watching, I
Refill
think we
my
have
water.
1 viewer today. If you're watching, we will be right back.
We love you.
Also, feel free to support us on Patreon.
Calm down.